Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Dive Into Diet. I'm with the star of the show, Lucas Schmidt. Lucas, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
You're looking healthy.
Oh, thank you.
And we're all wanting to learn
okay.
what it is that you're up to.
What
today,
am I up to?
We're talking a little bit about how to train for longevity. I know you do this yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I try to adhere to most of these.
Yeah.
Although the second one, I need to improve on. But
you're not a big cardio guy. I know that.
I'm not a big cardio guy.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to gain weight, and I melt. So anyway, so this will be the first part of a two-parter.
Yep.
Just so it's not too long-winded each episode, and you have to come back for the rest.
We got to bring it back.
Cliffhanger. So the first, I have 4 categories. I'm sure there's
for training for longevity.
Yeah. There's
okay.
Yeah, and they encompass the majority of what I've seen in the research and what other people who are pretty well-known experts in this field that I admire and follow myself, and I'll name them in case you want to find a way more knowledgeable person than me on this. But my goal is to get your toe in the water on this subject, and if you want to explore it further, I'll name the primary doctor that I really admire in this area.
Well, I want to hear it here in a minute.
It's probably somebody you listen to as well. Anyway, the first one, which Dr. Rogers has talked a lot about, is grip strength.
Yep.
You want to train that grip strength. I will say grip strength, okay, I know this is called training for longevity. Grip strength is more commonly used as a measurement for longevity. So, yes, you want to train grip strength, but it's more of a cumulative measurement. So if your grip is great, that usually implies that you're using it a lot, okay? What does that mean? That means if my grip is good, it means I am lifting heavy things generally, or I'm able to.
Yep.
I'm very functional in my daily life if my grip is very strong. Generally, that's what it means. That's why it's used as a very shallow, like up front. What's your grip strength? Well, we have a measurement tool here. You can squeeze it to see the pounds of pressure. And there's also how long can you hang on to something. There's the power measurement, and then there's the endurance measurement. Both of those are good measurements for grip strength. But the reason it's used as a metric for longevity, a marker, is because it's usually the culmination of lots of work. And if you have a strong grip, it means you've probably, whether you knew it or not, worked to get it. Right. And therefore, other things will probably be strong too.
That's a great way.
Now, there are always exceptions to this. There could be some person who can't move except for their grip, and for some reason it's abnormally strong. Right, I doubt it, but
they're sitting down all day, but they are working on their grip strength.
Sure. Yeah, they're sitting there with literally one of those grip things you can buy on Amazon. Okay, I'm talking about generally. Yeah. So grip strength is one, and really I'm not going to go into too much detail about how to train it because, again, it's Culmination. Yeah, it's cumulative.
Yeah, it's cumulative.
I was correct. I need more coffee. Or maybe I've had too much.
A congregation.
Whatever it is. It shows a lot of work. But if you want to train grip specifically, that would mean you've maybe done exercises like barbell work, like deadlifting, pull-ups. Everyone's favorite.
You're a big fan of pull-ups?
For health, yeah. Okay. Like, personally, I hate them. That probably means they're good for me. So I do them fairly regularly. A failure set a week or two times a week, 2 sessions a week. Something. Pulling exercises generally. But it typically translates to strength training is what I'm getting at. Calisthenics or weightlifting. Grip strength usually manifests if you're doing those adequately. Okay. So, some tests I guess you can run aside from getting a grip strength measurement tool. They're kind of pricey, I think. You can come here and get a test. Yeah. In an appointment, you can request one, I guess. We have it. It takes no time at all. You just squeeze this gun thing, and there's a dial. Tells you pounds.
I actually think we
kilograms
have
of force.
We have an episode with that. With
you
and
that's right.
Yeah, you guys can check that out.
You can check it that way. If you want to check your endurance, this is a miserable test, by the way. Find a pull-up bar somewhere or a bar and just try to dead hang. Yep. Ideally, you want to get to 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
It's a very long time.
Yeah.
If you can get to 2 minutes, you're in real good shape. You've got great grip strength, and that also probably means your body weight is fairly healthy, because a 500-pound person with excellent grip strength is probably not going to dead hang for long.
Right.
So that, again, is a good sign that maybe your body weight's pretty good and you also have very strong grip.
Yeah.
So the next one I'm going to go to is Zone 2 cardio exercise.
Your favorite.
Yes. Sarcastically so. Okay. This is from, I'm going to name that doctor. This is all mostly from research done by Peter Attia, Dr. Attia.
I love Dr. Attia.
He's excellent. His channel is awesome. It's, I think, his primary field right now is longevity.
Yeah.
I think he's a doctor of something else,
yeah.
But he's like runs tests and experiments. And
he's got the book Outlive, I think.
Yeah, he's measuring your blood. They're measuring your oxygen amount. I mean, your heart rate. They hook people up to machines, and they can run enormous amounts of tests. There's a lot of research through him, and he's collaborated with others about it. So, Zone 2 cardio. I'm not going to go into the formulas for heart rate, etc., because it a lot of times requires a heart rate monitor. And again, if I tell you the gateway to this is you have to own a heart rate monitor, you're probably not going to do it.
Yeah.
So, if you want to start from 0, you can guesstimate that you're in Zone 2. If you are winded but can still talk, okay? So that would be, so how was your day today? Oh, yeah? I think tonight for dinner, I'm going to have chicken.
That's Zone 2?
That's probably Zone 2. Maybe a little less than that. That's kind of intense. I'm breathing a lot. But you can carry on a conversation.
Okay.
Might be mildly uncomfortable, but you could do it. Okay.
You wish you didn't have to talk, but you are.
Yeah, and maybe if you're running with a buddy, you can talk while you're doing it.
Right.
That's around Zone 2. Now, if you want to find real Zone 2, maybe in another episode I can give you the chart with the heart rate number based on your age and your body fat, et cetera, whatever metric they use. It's very probably complicated to be specific.
Right.
But this is just to get your toe wet. Right?
Yeah. And to thinking about this stuff.
Thinking about this stuff.
Yeah.
You want to figure out if you're in Zone 2. You should be somewhat out of breath, but still be able to carry on a conversation. Not barely speak, carry on a conversation. There is a difference, right? If I'm doing high intensity cardio, that's like, are you okay? Yeah. See, I can still technically talk, but I can't carry on a conversation.
Right, that's not Zone 2.
And that's when you do this. You hold up your finger, give me a second.
Or
you ever had somebody come up to you, or you're with someone and they're trying to talk to you, and you're like, stop.
Yep.
You're not in Zone 2. You're beyond it. So Zone 2 cardio. How long to get started? This is to get started. Dr. Attia really likes us to be in it for a while, every week. I would say a good starting point is 30 to 90 minutes a week.
Okay.
That doesn't mean per session. That means total for the week.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. Very approachable. Now, ideally, we go past that. Okay, but we're just trying to get started.
What is
30 to 90 minutes? That could be 10 minutes at the top of each workout or at the end, whenever you want to do it. Or you do 2 to 3 30-minute sessions, however many days you work out in the week. But if you're doing 30 minutes a week and you work out 4 days a week, 3 of those workouts you did 10-minute Zone 2 work.
Right.
That could be on a treadmill. That could be.
I was going to ask you.
You could try it with calisthenics or even with circuit training. You do some bicep curls, but immediately with no rest, you do some squats, something like that. That will get you winded. It's more difficult in that type to maintain. That's the thing. It does need to be steady. You need to stay in Zone 2. This doesn't include the gentle warm-up where you're not winded at all. Right. Okay? This needs to be a steady amount of time. So you do need to consider that. It's usually easiest on a bike or on an elliptical, although those are fairly, or what do they call what is that machine?
Yeah.
I don't use it. So
what is that?
I guess it's an elliptical. I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
The people you see, they're just like animals, just
So
screaming.
crazy.
That is not Zone 2. The assault bike.
The assault bike.
I
love the assault
CrossFit
bike.
gyms generally. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
So that's not Zone 2. That's Zone. Zone 2 could be a gentle session on the assault bike, if that exists. Or a cycle, some resistance on there, the regular stationary bike, treadmill backwards, not on, turn it off and just push the belt. A sled is a great way to do it. if your gym has one. That's strength training and cardio. It's amazing.
Backwards or forwards?
Backwards is both, but backwards if you have, like some people have knee pain.
Yeah.
Backwards pulling the sled, amazing.
It's so interesting.
So gentle on the knees. It conditions the quads. Excellent. Safe. Very low impact. Just pull that sled either with a rope or you can just grab the handles. There's usually a resistance switch if it has wheels. Because in the gym, you're not going to find probably the legitimate sled because it scraped the floor. They have the ones with wheels. You just pop some resistance on it, pull it backwards, a couple laps. You'll be winded.
No, I believe it.
So that's a great one. That's sort of a hybrid, strength training and cardio.
Yeah.
So that's how I do my zone 2 is the weight sled.
There you go.
But, any of those will work. But 30 to 90 minutes a week to start. And if you want more detail about zone 2 training, because that is like Peter Attia's primary, he loves the zone 2. There's a couple other doctors. I think, is it Huberman?
Yep.
Huberman is a big fan of the zone 2, I think, longevity. Those are the two. I think David Sinclair. Is it David Sinclair?
It is.
He's another longevity guy.
Yep.
He likes some cardio, I think. But Peter Attia is the one that alerted it to me when I watched his channel. But there's some good research on it, too. Yeah. And the zone 2 is that steady state. It's considered sort of the minimum effective dose. That doesn't mean that high intensity is bad for you. Like the spiking your heart rate for 3 minutes and then resting and then spiking it again. That's some interval training. That has merit. But this is more of just for the minimal effective dose cardio. So, those are the first two.
Guys, that means that there's a second part to this.
Yes.
So stay tuned because the second part is coming.
You won't live long if you don't watch the next episode. I'm just kidding.
Lucas, great job, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Don't go away.